What's going on, guys? We are here, and I should have started with this screen in the front of me. I'm silly. The Rocket League Spring Series. We're going to talk about this and what this means for the teams going forward. Now, this video is going to go out on Monday, so if you guys didn't see the regional championships on Saturday and Sunday, there's going to be spoilers in this video for that. I'm trying to help you guys out a little bit. We'll probably have a recap of that on Wednesday, and at that point, it's been 3 days, and if you haven't seen it, you haven't seen it, and you might get spoiled. But for now, we're going to talk about the Rocket League Spring Series, but again, there will be spoilers about what teams are in it so far, so if you want to tune out, feel free. My second note, throw a sub to the channel. Trying to hit 100K, trying to get myself a giant Pikachu costume to surprise Giblet with at some point. And if you didn't see the end of the European stream, Giblet made an appearance on his first RLCS stream. Well, actually, I guess technically he's been on 3 RLCS streams, so I guess that's 3 more than Plant and Cargo, but, you know, whatever. Let's continue on with the Rocket League Spring Series. So, this is pretty cool. It basically gave new meaning to the top 4 spots for the regional championships, where we added $100,000, obviously, or Psyonix did. Like, obviously, I didn't. $100,000 there, so that was a good bonus already for the top 4, but it also meant automatic qualification into the Rocket League Spring Series. So the top 4 teams from all of the regions will get a spot. Now, well, let's talk about what it actually is first. So we'll kind of slide through this. I'll post a link to this article. But the main things here are what's the format and prize, and that's all I ever care about, right? So, 8 teams per tournament, which means there's 4 different regions, 4 different tournaments for each region on all of the weekends, like 4 weekends in a row, where it'll be like OC, North America, Europe, and SAM. And they're all played on twitch.tv/Rocket League. So that's really cool for the Oceania scene and the South America scene to get chances to be on that channel a little bit more. So that's going to be really fun. But the way it works is there's 8 teams per tournament. Top 4 teams from each region Season 9 Regional Championship will auto-qualify. Now, I believe the 3rd seed from SAM has disbanded already. We'll see what they do about that. I would assume they would just go down the pecking order, like if 2/3 of that team does not want to play together. But who knows exactly how that's going to work. I assume it'll be a 2/3 rule. There's no, I think, real rule about that right now, but you would assume that's what it is. The remaining 4 spots, though, and this is one of the coolest parts, is an open qualifier. So that's really cool, and it's taking place, I believe, on like the Monday and Tuesday before the weekend of events. So it's going to be teams that are coming in hot, going straight into that tournament. So that's going to be really fun. The one confusing thing as we go over here to, I'm going to go over to the rules here for a second, is it says you can participate in 2 open qualifiers, which doesn't really make any sense to me. If I can get here. So this is the only thing I'm not really sure about. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. If I can't find it, it's not a big deal. But basically, it says like the top 4 teams from the open qualifier will make it in, and but it says you can participate in 2 of them. So I'm not really. I can't spell. But I think there's. I'm pretty sure it's just one big one. So I'm not really sure. So I can't help you there. Here we go. Yeah, teams will be first entered to the open qualifier stage for the region. Yada yada. Teams may participate in up to 2 open qualifiers, each of which is comprised of the double elimination bracket, best of 5 for the open qualifiers, which is fantastic. The thing is, it says like, yeah, top 4 will make it in. So I'm not really sure exactly if there's 2 open qualifiers or just one really big one. So we'll find out, I guess, more wording from that as we get there from Psyonix. So I'm assuming there's one big one, but I could be wrong. So I don't want to, you know, lead you guys on there. Now, when we get to the actual tournament, double elimination, very, very similar to how we used to do the World Championship before OCE showed up. It's basically the same exact thing, where we have best of 7, lower bracket finals, winner bracket finals, and grand finals. Then, of course, the prize in. Here's where the rest of the money for that World Championship went. We got Europe at $125,000, North America $125,000, Oceania $50,000, South America $50,000. And here's the breakdown of that money. We'll go to Liquipedia. Sorry if I blinded you with the white light here, but we'll zoom in here a little bit. So basically, it is very split amongst all the teams. They really want to pay everyone that makes it to this thing. So It's only a $1,000 difference all the way up until, you get to first or second, $6,000 difference, and that's for NA and EU. Now, spoilers for the regional championship. Here's the teams that have qualified so far. They have said they will get preferential seeding, so you would assume that they'll just be seeded based on their finish. G2 would be the 1 seed, Space Station 2 seed, Energy would be the 3 seed, Ghost would be the 4 seed. That's what it's likely going to be. And then obviously all the open qualifier teams that make it, say you win that open qualifier, I'm not even sure if they play it all the way out. They might for seeding purposes. Then you avoid teams like G2, Space Station. You would play more like a Ghost Gaming, which would be a better game. And then obviously here's the bracket, exactly the same. If you guys were around for the first few seasons of the World Championship, lots of games to be played on the weekend. I would assume we're broadcasting all these, but I don't know for sure. Maybe we skip 1 or 2 depending on how long they go. So I don't know exactly how that's all going to work yet. But lots of games, 15 matches. I don't know about the grand finals, actually. I should have probably looked into that before we got there. So let's see if I can find that real quick. Because the grand finals might be one of those best of 7, 1 game advantage things. I'm not really sure. I don't think so, though. I'm not sure. Whatever. We'll find that out later. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, the main event, all matches best of 5. Yeah, it doesn't say necessarily. I would assume it would involve a bracket reset, just because that's how we've done it in previous World Championships, but who knows? I don't know. Who knows? But either way, it's super cool. It's going to be really fun. You would assume on day 1, you play out. You probably play these 4, these 2, and these 2 down here for the lower round 1. And then you move on to day 2 where it's, all right, we already know 2 teams in their top 3. Then we play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches there. And because these are best of 7. It's going to be long days, but it's going to be a ton of fun. It's just some good Rocket League that we'll get to see during this time where we can't really expand out of the region. So it's just going to be really cool to see what teams make it out of the open qualifiers. Maybe we'll start seeing some juicy roster moves where people are starting to experiment with new lineups to see what they can do for next season for teams that either disappointed, but who knows, maybe one of these 4 teams, they want to make a move as well. You never know how that's all going to work out, but it's going to be really, really fun. So again, NA, here's their prize, and we'll show just one for OCE so you guys know how the price split is for that. So basically very, very close to the same, where there's a $1,000 difference across the board. There's a $2,000 difference between 3rd and 2nd. And then finally, you have $5,000 difference for first. So that's how that works. And then you have to finish top 4. For OC, they only have top 4 in their playoffs. So teams that have already clinched, Mind Freak and Ground Zero Gaming. And then we'll see who else makes playoffs there. So that all comes down to just league play. But OC, they're still playing out their season. So there you go. Let's go back to the dates. So here are your dates. And this is the order they'll be played. So first, we'll start with South America. They finished their season last week, so it kind of makes sense that we would do them first. Then we got NA shortly after, the week later. And again, all of these streams for the main events are on twitch.tv/Rocket League. The open qualifiers are not going to have streams. Hopefully, we can get some casters to just spectate some games and stream them, but we'll see how that all works out. So South America's first. Then we move over to North America. Then the following weekend, we move over to OCE. And then we close out with the European regional as well. So for Europe, obviously we have Dignitas as that 1 seed, Vitality as the 2. And then we have Mouse Sports as the 3. And finally, Barca as the 4th seed. A very surprising finish for them. Actually, surprising kind of for both of them, to be fair. But there it is, the spring series. We got more Rocket League coming, guys. So it was really cool that they announced this at the beginning of the day on NA, so everyone kind of knew what else they were playing for as well, which obviously you always want to play for whatever place, you know, the highest place possible. But Rocket League Spring Series is going to be a lot of fun. It's not the Summer Series, Leaf. If you guys watched, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I'm excited. It's going to be really fun. And obviously, you know, everything's going to be done online because obviously with everything going on. So I hope everyone is really excited for this. I am super pumped. We just get more Rocket League, and that's really all any of us really want. And then, you know, when everything blows over, hopefully we can get back to having some more world-type events. But until then, we'll be in our regions, battling it out for some good prize money, some good tournaments, and that's how it's going to be. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited. We'll have some predictions before the tournament happens. Obviously, we'll wait for open quals to finish probably, and then we'll do predictions in the coming days afterwards, just because it's kind of hard to figure out the open quals and predict those, and also those brackets might come out kind of late for that. So definitely go sign up. I'll send some links in chat. I'll probably just put this link in chat for the article and go sign up, make a team. Who knows? Maybe you can make some magical run. Unless you have Wave Punk on your team, then, you probably don't have much of a chance. But that'll do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for this RLCS season, showing all the support, even though we had to move online. Obviously, that's the least of our concerns right now. So hopefully everyone is happy and healthy, and we'll see you in the spring series. Bye.